What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to give you guys an urgent market update as Bitcoin has gotten a significant move to the upside. And if you guys watch the content, or if you're in the free Discord, you will know that we were actually expecting this move to the upside over the weekend. And I actually let the free Discord know exactly what I was looking for to anticipate this move to the upside. And we actually got all of these things to play out. Not only were we looking for a move to the upside, but we actually gave the exact target we were looking to hit. And coincidentally, Bitcoin came within about 50 bucks or 100 bucks of that actual level. So I want to go over that and kind of how I saw these moves coming before they happened. And now the big question everybody has is Bitcoin about to move up to 30K and beyond? Or are we just getting this move up, which I've been talking about all last week, just to come up and get a harsh rejection to come back down to some lower prices, getting closer to that $25,000 level? So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about what we need to see from Bitcoin to get to 30K and beyond, and kind of what probability I would put on that situation playing out. And then we'll take a look at some of the key levels above us that I'm looking at for some strong resistance in case we are coming up just to put in a lower high and get rejected and come down to lower prices for Bitcoin. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the charts and cover all this stuff for you guys and try to figure out what Bitcoin's next move is going to be. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. And if we come on over to the Discord, guys, I want to talk a little bit about what we were looking at to expect this move to the upside over the weekend that we just got. And like I said, I did give the free Discord a little bit of a freebie here on Friday, as I didn't go live, so I didn't want to leave everybody in the dark. So I just put a post in the free Discord letting everyone know what I was expecting. And as you can see here on the 12-hour time frame, we were starting to put in a little bit of a bullish divergence at the lows of our range as we came down and tapped this purple spider line, which was our key level to the downside that we were looking to hold in order to expect more upside for Bitcoin. And we wound up confirming this bullish divergence on the 12-hour. And you guys can see kind of the target we were expecting to come up and hit was this 786 fib level, coming in at about $28,370. And if you go ahead and come on over to price, you guys can see we did come up to that exact 786 fib level before getting a little bit of a rejection. And you can see that is indeed the same fib level at about $28,368, 370. And you guys can see here, I am currently in a long position that we absolutely sniped with the premium Discord, giving everybody the actual entry confirmations I was looking for. And I am still holding this trade. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about where price is going to go in the near future, guys. Now, as you guys know, that 12-hour bull div did confirm, as I was just showing you in that Discord. And again, a lot of times these 12-hour bull divs can give you a big move to the upside, but that was not the only thing we were looking at, guys. We also had a 16-hour bull div forming, as well as a daily bull div. As you can see, we did wind up getting those higher lows on our momentum waves with our lower lows on our price action, and boom, that was kind of the one thing we were looking for to really hammer home that we were going to get this move to the upside. But as you guys know, as we worked our way to the bottom of this range, we were not getting super bearish because we knew we were coming into important levels of support. So the fact that we were able to hold above this value area low of our more macro range here that we've been trading in for what feels like forever, the fact that we are still above this value area low is a pretty bullish sign in my opinion. And as long as we remain above this level at about $26,700, it would be more likely than not that we will get a move up to our value area high, or the top of the range, coming in closer to about $29,000. So I know the question everybody wants answered is Bitcoin going to hit 30K? And again, just looking at our volume profiles, if we hold above this level here at $26,700, I do think there is a good possibility that we could get a move up to 30K. But before that happens, guys, we gotta get back above the point of control, which is coming in right here at about $28,060. And you can see it is essentially where we've gotten rejected from. So if we could get a bounce potentially off some of these levels, which I'll talk about in a second, but if we can get a bounce off these levels and get back above that point of control, that is where I would expect the value area high to get visited up here closer to about $29,000. In which case, I would start being very, very careful of a rejection. Now, the level we are rejecting right now is a very important level as well, guys, because this is not only the point of control middle of our macro range, but we are also sitting right below a local golden pocket. And as you guys know, Bitcoin loves to come in and get rejected from those golden pockets. So I am being pretty cautious right now because you want to remember that our daily money flow is still in the red here, and it is kind of coming out just a little bit here locally as our VWAP starts to roll over. So I am being a little bit careful right now because this was essentially our target to the upside. This is going to be level of resistance number one that I am watching very closely. If we are going to get a move down from our current level here and just reject from the POC and potentially come all the way back down to the bottom of the range, which again, guys, not getting bearish if we come back down to these levels. It's not until we decisively lose these levels. But if we are going to get a move back down to the bottom of the range here, something I'm going to be looking for specifically is going to be the break of this previous value area high at $27,500. And more specifically, guys, I will be looking for the money flow crossover into the red on the 30-minute, because if you come up to some of these higher time frames, you will see we are currently printing an 8-hour red dot. And sometimes when you pair that 8-hour red dot with something like a 24-minute or a 30-minute money flow crossover into the red, you can get a very powerful move down. So just something really specific to look for if we are going to get a bigger move down. That 30-minute money flow crossover may be the thing to start that dump. If we do not get a harsh rejection back down to the bottom of the range here, I will look for price to get back above this point of control and potentially make a run for the value area high. And again, just keeping the rules of the volume profile in mind here, as long as we hold above the lows of the range, the next likely stop for Bitcoin in any situation, any range you're looking at, guys, the next likely stop for Bitcoin to go once you hold above that value area low is number one, the point of control. And then if you could get above that point of control, the next area to go is the value area high, again, sitting at about $29,000. So once again, guys, if you take anything away from this video, please study up on your volume profiles, because when you combine this with things like Market Cipher B, bullish divergences, CVD divergences, stuff like this, the volume profiles can add so much clarity into where Bitcoin is likely to go. And this is basically how I was able to predict exactly what Bitcoin was going to do days before it happened. We saw the bullish divergence forming on the higher time frames, indicating more upside was likely on the way. Even if it was just to come up and put in a lower high and reject to the downside, we knew it was likely we were going to come up. Number one, because of the bullish divergences. And another big thing that we could have been looking at was flipping this value area low at 26.7 to support. So once you flip that level of resistance to support and you confirm the bull divs, it's much more likely for price to come up to your POC rather than just lose the lows of the range and come to lower prices. So with that being said, guys, I am being very cautious at not only these levels, but if we do come up a little bit higher, let me come to a lower time frame so we could see a little better. If we do wind up getting another move up for Bitcoin and we can get above that POC, guys, this range right up here between about 29,000 and this 786 at about almost $30,000, coming in at about $29,936. Between the value area high and this 786 is going to be a big area that I am looking for a rejection. Because as you can see here, we do have another golden pocket in this area, and a lot of times price likes to shoot up to that golden pocket and even come tap that 786. So once we get up to these levels, guys, I will be looking for shorts. Because again, you want to remember that the daily money flow is still in the red, which is a little bit more bearish than bullish. And on top of that, our 2-day money flow is also still technically in the red, although it is curving up slightly. But once this VWAP rolls over, it could drag us further into the red. So I am still being cautiously optimistic. So if we can get above that POC, I would look for a move to the highs of the range. But again, between that value area high and that 786 is going to be a big area for me to be looking for shorts to put in that lower high and continue to the downside. Now, once we start getting above this 786 and we start flipping this spider line to support, this is where I would probably start looking for further upside for Bitcoin, potentially coming up to some of our new targets closer to the highs of this previous range that we traded in from back here in May of 2022, getting closer to that $32,500 range, $33,000 range, up to revisit these highs. But in order to expect those prices to come in, guys, we got to flip that 786 at about 30K to support, because again, we want to be careful that Bitcoin is not just coming up to test that 786 to then flip back and come down to these lower prices between about $25,300 and $25,000 even. But if you just want to keep things simple, guys, for Bitcoin to hit 30K, we got to get back above that point of control at $28,060. And as long as we remain above the value area low or the macro range lows here at $26,700, it will be more likely for Bitcoin to get back to the highs of the range than it would be for price to break down. So, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for today's market update. Super happy with that call on Friday night. Looking for that move up to the 786, which we got almost perfectly. Now, if we are going to get that move to 30K, guys, the key level to watch is $28,060. Once we get above that point of control, it is going to be more likely than not that we see the highs of the range closer to $29,000 get hit. And again, we are above the value area low of the range, so we're already thinking it is more likely than not that we get up to the highs of the range. However, again, once we get up to those levels, that 786 at almost $30,000 even is going to be a major level that I'm being cautious around, because we might just come up and swing fail those highs before getting an absolute dump to the downside. And if the move down does happen, guys, I'm not getting super bearish, and I think lower lows are incoming. That's the end of this run. I will be looking for longs and strong support between $25,300 and about $24,800. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for today's market update. Shout out to everybody in the free Discord that wound up seeing those charts posted by me on Friday, looking for that move up to where we are right now. Shout out to you guys. Don't forget to take profits. If you don't take profits while you're in the green, you'll find yourself in the red very quickly. So with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like